to the ManScouts podcast. I am your host, Captain Conan, here with the dastardly Dalton himself. So what's up with the kids?
So, yeah,
Yeah, why you being like that, Shorty?
bro, I'm just chilling, bro.
You
Dude,
were
you,
telling me something right as we were beginning. You were saying last night
oh, dude,
you cried yourself to sleep.
I cried myself to sleep. No, dude, I went to bed like uber early and I just like couldn't sleep, dude. It's freaking
Uber
late.
early, huh?
Yeah, dude, I
How
was in
early
bed.
is Uber early?
I was in bed by like 8:40, dude.
That's
Like,
good.
yeah, dude, just
9 o'clock is my goal time.
FYI, I don't know if this will show up on the stream, but you are very glitchy.
It could not, but the audio should remain clear. So,
The audio sounds pretty
apologies
fine.
for those of you if you see any visual distortions. I am recording from my phone because
Because he's been kidnapped and he's obviously in
I
somebody's basement.
just I just moved. So
Or that.
I'm in the garage. This is my vintage tool set from the guy that died here. So pretty sick.
Bro,
My
that's actually pretty
workbenches.
cool.
Dude, it's cool as hell. They're like tools from the 50s. They've seen war. They've seen years. You know what I mean?
Dude, they've seen
So
multiple wars. You kidding me?
yeah, so I gotta clean out this garage. He's got a ton of extra wood in here. Some guys just hold on to wood. They're like, I'm gonna use this someday. And then they die, and some other guy's gotta clean it out. Okay?
You're not going to use the wood, dude?
Get rid of the wood, dude. Also, I'm looking like freaking Jimmy Neutron. My hair's so long.
Yeah, dude.
Freaking
You against haircuts or what?
yeah, it's against my religion.
Fair
But
enough.
also, dude, I always tell myself like, oh, dude, I'm gonna grow up my hair. It's gonna be long and luxurious. I'm gonna push it back, and it's gonna flow.
Yeah.
And then I just never do, dude.
Yeah,
You know
because
what I
why
mean?
would you? Right? Like, it's scary.
Yeah. Have you ever had a desire to grow out your hair?
Yeah, dude. I started growing out my hair. Do you remember in 2020 when I could, like, almost put it in a little bun?
I feel like
Little
it
man
wasn't that
bun?
long though. I feel like it wasn't that long. Do you
Dude,
remember how long
it was
mine was
long.
when we went to Warp Tour?
No.
It was pretty long. It was long enough to headbang. It was like up to here.
Really?
But the problem was it was top long. It wasn't like long everywhere else.
Oh, dude,
So
mine, I literally could put mine in a little ponytail.
yeah, I could do mine in a ponytail too.
It was tight. But it was like the dumb
Wait.
one where if you wanted to like get it out of your face, it like was basically on the top of your head.
Mm,
Not a good look, dude.
nice.
Doesn't look good.
It doesn't
Doesn't
look
look good for
sexy.
no, dude. Nobody looks good with a straight up. That's what children do. That's for
Little
kids.
samurai, dude. A little samurai.
Dude, did
You don't
you
think samurais are cool?
I samurai do it in the back. They do the back
Whatever,
thing.
dude.
Or are you
Here's the thing. I
talking
think
about like
long hair
the
is cool.
some long hair
Yeah,
is cool?
it's. I just think there's an in between stage where it's uncomfortable and not cool. You know.
Oh, 1,000%, dude. Yeah, definitely. There's a
Anyway,
wait, actually, so news of the. I mean, I don't know how old actually if this news is, but it's been blowing up the internet. Did you ever watch The Outdoor Boys
yes, yes. And did you see the whole video
of him saying that
of?
he's done
Yeah, yeah.
skis?
So outdoor boys. Well, it left room for it to be open because it was like it started out like, hey, done a lot of work on YouTube, all these things. Uh, but he said it was getting to the point where it was interfering with his family. Like people were recognizing him. He was getting too famous,
Yeah,
and he said, "My boys want you to be YouTubers. I'm going to help them focus on their channel." So, we're going to take a hiatus, maybe indefinitely. And so that's what it was. It wasn't like I'm retiring forever, but it could be forever. So, you know,
dude.
but
The
hey, respect to the man. You know what I mean?
bro,
Like
the guy's awesome.
that's a strong man, dude. You're on top. You're on top of the world. Look up how many, if you go to his channel right now, how many subscribers does he have?
I actually just checked this. I want to say it was like 1 point something million.
Whoa, millions of subscribers. I think it's more than that.
Oh
I think it's in the
geez,
tens
dude.
of. I think it's in the tens of millions.
It's 15.4 million.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So he
Oh
was
my
talking about
goodness.
how it jumped up really fast, how it went from like they had just reached a million, and then it leaped up over 10 million pretty fast.
Yeah, holy
And he
cow, dude.
said that was kind of like a part of it too. Is like, hey, this is kind of like got a life of its own now. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
Well, dude, if
dude,
you're
respect to the man for quitting the game while you're on top. You know.
dude, also gotta say, did you ever get the feeling that that guy was LDS?
You know, there are vibes. There are vibes. Like he dresses poorly, and he seems like a sheltered man.
Bro,
I mean, hey, are we not talking about? You know what I mean?
yeah. No, do you know he is? Did you know that?
I'm not surprised, dude. Not
He
surprised. I bet he
did you know that
homeschools his children too.
he graduated from BYU and he became a lawyer after he went to some other place for law school, I think. But
Yeah, does he live in Alaska?
I think so. But I'm sure he's got like multiple houses, dude, at this point.
I mean, maybe he doesn't.
He actually seems like the
Yeah,
type of guy who might not.
yeah. He seems pretty down earth. I remember one video where he got his Subaru stuck in the snow when he was leaving. So
Dude,
good times.
I'll tell you what, the thing that he's got down is every time he goes camping, he brings his bread and he cooks it over the fire.
And then he does the honey butter.
Oh, dude, but his bread looks so good every time. Does it not?
Dude, he's got some good little strategies, good little recipes.
Dude, I want to know.
I like the snow. I like the when he builds the what is it called? The snow caves. Snow caves were always fascinating to me. Snow caves in the
Oh,
shelters. That's what I like.
dude, outdoor
But yeah,
boys
dude,
bread.
I watched his videos with my father-in-law. So good
Actually,
times.
dude, that definitely seems like something he would like.
It's the only I mean, here's the thing. There's two things I would watch with my father-in-law. Well, that's not true. Three things because we watched the old Count of Monte Cristo together.
The old
From
one?
the 50s. Yeah,
Oh, I
there's one
didn't
from
realize
like the
that.
50s. There's an old one, black and white. Maybe it's
I didn't
40s.
realize that.
So pretty good. Not bad. But we watched like
Dude,
old SNL and
sorry,
then Outdoor Boys. And that's
real
it.
quick. I found the bread recipe. So you could do it.
Heck yeah, dude.
Quick goog, and you got it, dude.
Did I bet you could AI that puppy. I've been using AI for hella recipes.
Bro, I used AI to try to make camarones a la diabla, and it didn't work out as well as I'd hoped.
Really?
Yeah, that
Why is
might be
that?
on. I don't know. It just
I
didn't.
think that's on you.
It lacked flavor, though. I'll say that
Ooh.
lacked a lot of flavor. But not this week, dude. Next week, I'm gonna go back to being a fat and happy.
Oh, right now you're not fat and happy. You're skinny and sad.
I'm just on a very very restricted diet. Like, huh?
Only air.
Only air and ice cubes on occasion for dessert.
Hey, hey.
Yeah, dude. No, just been basically all protein. That's it. Zero fats, zero carbs. Really low calorie, dude. It's like I can tell you how many calories it's been today. I'm done for the day, and you know,
Dude, you want
1,000
to do it?
1,020 calories.
Are you? Is that what you're gonna stop at for the day?
Yeah,
Dude, that's low.
I know.
That's low. When I do my intense calorie cuts, I probably don't go beneath 1,500.
Really?
Yeah. So I wish you luck. I'm interested to see how it works for you.
It's probably a little bit higher because I had broccoli, cauliflower, and some spinach. So it's maybe
And
like
you didn't put that in your macros?
No, it's maybe like I could probably calculate it out to be about 150, 150 calories.
Nice, nice. Well, you're doing it, dude. Skinny Dalton one day at a time. You know what I mean?
Dude, I'm getting a six pack. I'm getting it. I'm getting it back. I was talking to Ben. He's like,
Dude, do you get full six pack? When I get like a five pack. I've never gotten full six pack.
I've had a full six pack like once in my life, and I had to go back and look at photos to confirm this because I didn't believe myself when I thought it.
I need you to send me the photo because I don't believe you.
Yeah, I'll send it. In fact, I'll try to find it.
You're like, I have it on the recents. I send it out a lot. You're like, yeah, this is me.
I was looking at it recently because
Dude,
I was like, how
we
skinny
all
was I?
have those photos of us that look good. Hopefully they're, anyways. But here's the thing.
Oh, dude, the
Like,
bottom abs
would
are
you
not that defined, actually.
yeah, would you look at Chase and say that he has a six pack?
Yeah, dude.
Because I wouldn't.
What?
Yeah, there's not enough
Really?
separation. Yeah, I think
Well, if Chase
but
doesn't, then
again,
I
this is
definitely
me.
never did.
My standards are way too high for this.
Dude,
This is the problem is the goalposts keep getting moved back for
I
what's,
th- I think then I honestly probably don't work out abs enough, dude. I don't work out lower abs enough to get the bottom abs.
Yeah,
Damn, dude.
I've been thinking I need to train my abs more too. Like I have decent upper abs for sure, but I think if I trained them a little more, I wouldn't have to get down to such a low body fat percentage to do it. And I need to train it the way I train other muscle groups. That's the other thing I see people talking about, right? As like
Yeah.
you do weighted cable crunches, you do hanging leg raises, the things you can really only do in good form for like max 10 reps. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
dude. I'm looking at these old photos and I'm like, this guy is skinny.
Hell yeah. But dude, it's always good when you can show root. You know what I mean? You know what
Yep.
I'm talking about? Show gutters.
Yep. Yep. So that's what I'm trying to do, bro. Just trying to get some gutters again, dude. Just trying to get some lines, some
Dude, if you get
definition.
gutters, are you gonna shave your pubes? You gonna do a little peekaboo?
Bro, I already manscaped, dude.
Yeah, yeah, sure you do. Yeah. I'm
I
just
just
kidding.
feel better that way.
How often do you manscape? Because I'm on about a once. Because I'm married.
Yeah.
Uh, it's about once a week. Sometimes I'll go 2 weeks.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I'm definitely less frequent than that. Like once every
What
couple
about your
weeks.
chest? Do you have to do your chest?
Oh, chest I do a lot, dude, actually.
Yeah, I can
Because I
do.
don't
You know what I do the most?
what?
More than my face, my nipples.
Oh
Can't
yeah,
stand
dude.
hairy nipples, dude.
No,
There's no
bro.
way.
Well, dude, my like I have such like sporadic chest hair that like if I don't shave it, it looks bad in a tank top. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It looks like I got like pubes on my chest and I don't like that. And
Here's the thing. I think I'm getting around, coming around to the idea of having a little chest hair. I think I'm like I'm a man, and I'm like maybe this is my cross to bear. This is my path. You're saying no? You say we shave till the day we die?
I don't have enough hair to do that.
Oh, you don't grow a lot of chest hair? Like if you're
Uh-uh.
just to let it go.
It wouldn't look good.
Really? It's patchy, huh?
It's dude, I have very little chest hair. And so like
That's what we call you, dude. Little chest hair Dalton.
the little chest hair like look at my like I don't have a lot of hair in general.
Mm.
And so like the little hair that I'd have would just get long strands. It'd be like wispy long strands. So
Dude, I
I
think I have the opposite problem.
oh really? See if I had more hair on my chest, I would probably be less I would definitely be less inclined to shave it, but maybe I'd shave it more. I don't know. Because I do like the feeling of
Mm.
having a clean shaven chest. You know what I mean?
I do too. And honestly, everything looks more defined.
Yeah.
Um, so there's that. The other thing, dude, I'm the
Hold on.
opposite. I am hairy in weird ways. Go ahead.
Are you hair? Yeah, you got a hairy back?
Yeah, I'm starting to get hairs on the back.
Really?
I
How
get,
you dealing
but
with
it's
that,
but
dude?
it's sporadic and it's random. Well, I have a partner. I'm not a single Pringle,
Yeah.
so I have a
Does
trimmer,
she?
and I could just say, hey, you know,
Can you go down on the whole back there?
yeah, and it doesn't take that long because it's not in a lot of places, but it does need to be taken care of. So probably like once every couple weeks.
Do you
Zzz,
shave
You
your
know,
legs?
I I've trimmed them, but it's just so unmanageable to do frequently. I probably
Mm,
do it once a year.
fair.
But I have all sorts of hair problems. Like I have a brow that would totally be a unibrow that connects from one end of the hairline all the way to the other if I didn't
Really?
like do anything. Yeah. Then I have thick
Whoa.
nose hairs. Dude, I have nose
Thick.
hairs that I'll pull out and
Uh
it's
huh.
like the thickness of 5 hairs. I'm like, dude, what's up with this tree stump in my nostril, dude? You know
Dude,
what I mean?
you ever got a nose wax?
Yes.
Dude,
Yes. Doesn't actually hurt that bad.
doesn't it feel great?
Well, you can breathe. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I love them.
I trim my nose hair pretty frequently
Really?
now because it'll come out, dude. Yeah. If I don't go in, it'll come out.
Oh, see, I've never actually
So
trimmed them. I probably should. Because I'm pretty sure I have like an attachment for that. You know what I
an
mean?
attachment. Yeah.
Because you do the one where
Yeah,
you
dude, you should
stick it
trim
up there
that.
and you just it's like a little blender or whatever.
Yeah, I do both. I have 2 dedicated blades for it. One is like the little circled knob, and then
Uh huh.
the other is a blade because the blade gets really good in the little nook and cranny, right? In the crannies and the nooks.
Yeah.
So,
Fair.
yeah. And then I have,
Smart.
hairy hobbit feet. My toe hair is insane.
Who cares about toe hair though, dude? You
I
wearing
mean,
sandals a
it's
lot,
not the
dude?
best. I mean, during the summer, hell yeah, I am.
Are you?
Little I'm wearing, depending what you call them, flip-flops, thongs. I love those. I go
Really?
barefoot all the time.
I
Yeah,
don't
I
wear
let the
that.
dogs out.
I don't.
You don't let you dude, are you insecure about your feet, dude? You don't want your feet to be out? Come on.
Nah, dude. I just like to be in sport mode and be able to run when I need to. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude, you don't think I can run barefoot, dude? I'll beat you in a
No,
foot race any day of the week barefoot.
I don't think you will. I think you'll step on
There's a
something
whole
pokey and trip.
Did you know, this kid Matt in college? He was weird and he root for the other team, but he didn't admit it for a long time. Um, but
I don't think so.
this kid, he was in one of my freshman classes, and one of those wackadoo kids is like going off the defense since he left home. I think he was probably doing a lot of psychedelics too. So he was losing his
Mm.
sense of self. Anyways, guy decides, hey, I'm going to be one with nature. I'm going to not wear shoes anymore. And gets an infection in his feet
Oh
because
shoot!
he's freaking walking around barefoot all day.
Really?
So, yeah, dude. So
Was
don't
it a
do
bad
that.
infection?
Nah, you just had to take some pills and stuff, but yeah, that was a bad idea.
Well, dude, there was this girl I knew from up there too. And
Also a
she had,
barefoot person?
yeah, she thinks she got Lyme's disease from walking around barefoot.
Dude, Lyme's disease is scary as hell. Is that not a scary disease?
Dude, it's terrifying.
Virus, whatever?
Yeah, because it never goes away, but it has like it's like a instead of being like a full blown disease where it just like kills you, it's like
It's like a background neurological central nervous system thing.
it buffs your HP just enough to be constantly annoying.
That sucks, dude.
Like that's how I feel like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Um, yes, because of Lyme's disease, I'm scared of ticks.
Oh
And
yeah,
so I'm
dude.
always like checking my hair, like, yo, dude. So
This girl was a little sketchy though, dude. So,
was she? Define sketchy.
she just like she was probably into psychedelics and stuff. I know she smoked weed and stuff like that. So,
Yeah. And I wanna make it clear, I'm not anti psychedelics. I'll probably try them at some point, maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Like, I'm not making it an admittance to anything here, but I think that based on what I know and the literature and the research that's been done, if you don't have a firm grasp on reality and who you are, that is gonna make it worse.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and that's like this girl. I think she had some. I don't know, dude. I think she had some problems.
You had daddy issues, huh?
Yeah, she had issues. I think just in general. I don't know, dude. She was a weirdie. Uh,
Nice.
I ended up we talked for a long time, dude. I used to really like her. Like I had like a huge crush on this girl.
Dude, what's up with you liking weird girls?
I don't know, dude. She moved to old
You've liked some weird girls in the past, and I'm like, why does he like this girl?
bro. Actually, we went on a date. We went on a double date to your house one time. We
Which
carved.
house?
We
In Washington?
no. This was up at school. You were married.
Okay.
It was at the when you managed the apartment complex. It was there. We carved pumpkins with this girl.
Can you text me her name?
Yeah.
It's time for texting and secrets and texting. You'll never know what we're talking about, but we will. Full name, please.
Oh, I don't know
Social
her
security.
last.
You don't even know?
I don't
That
know her
doesn't
last
sound
name.
familiar at all. I mean, that's kind of sounds familiar, but I can't think of what she looks like. She was
Uh,
skinny though, was she not?
Probably. I don't know, dude. But
That was the era where if they weren't a twig of a human, you wouldn't consider them.
she uh she ended up moving to Arizona though,
Of course she did.
and we used to talk every once in a while, and then like uh I became the law, and she was all. I remember her being all weird about talking
She
to
was a
me.
cop hater.
Well, because she was like, I smoke weed, blah blah blah, and I'm like, dude, we're not even in the same state. Like, what do you think I'm gonna do? I don't
Yeah,
know.
that is interesting.
I was like, whatever. I don't. I ended up just like, because I think we talked on Snapchat, and I just unadded her at some point because I was like, dude, you're
Yeah.
annoying. She would.
I tell
She's
you,
the- she was the type of girl who'd like randomly like snap me or like reply to me and then like leave me on red, and I was just like, all right, I'm over this, dude. Screw that.
yeah, only when it was convenient.
Yeah, yeah. And she got like a ton of guys' attention. She was really pretty. So in fact, um,
Hate it when that happens.
yeah, I remember one of my roommates kind of knew her, and he was like, "Yeah, dude, she's really pretty. She's really cool. I don't know if I'd date her. She's little bit crazy." And I was like, "Okay,
You
fair
think
enough."
she's for the boys? She's for the team?
Yeah, yeah. She more like a street girl. You know what I mean? I think
Yeah,
I
that's
got that vibe
unfortunate.
from her. Yeah,
Unfortunate.
yeah.
Well, I hope she's landed on her feet. And sometimes girls like that, like it does work out when they accidentally get pregnant. You know what I mean? And
And sometimes it doesn't work out when they accidentally
and
get pregnant.
sometimes it doesn't.
There's a lot
But
of
like
accidentally
the
pregnant.
power of motherhood, you know?
Well, and it might work out for them, but like they're usually like waiting tables or bartending for a period of time.
But that's true. That's true. But even then, like the amount of purpose that a child would give to their life is, more than the purpose that they had previously. I don't
Uh,
know.
I agree, but I just feel like there's usually this cycle, and correct, and I might be wrong. Okay, and I'm also
Ooh,
not
the
hating
cycle.
on. I'm not hating on single waitresses or bartenders because you actually
Oh,
make
I thought you had a
pretty good money doing that, huh?
yeah, I thought you had a slideshow about single moms that you're
Uh,
gonna take us through.
no, I'm just saying, like that. There's a good portion of them who are making tip money, and that's fine. Um, because they actually kill it, dude. My ex used to do that. She used to make so much money. I was like, dude, keep doing this.
Yeah, dude. Then there's another level where if they're bottle service girls, like
Do
they
they
might be
make tons
making
of
more than
money?
us. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because
Oh
in that
man.
type of scenario, you're talking about bottle service in a club,
Hmm.
and so the atmosphere is like flexing, right? Financially.
Right.
And so
Right.
they're getting hella tips. It's raining tips. And
Good
their job
for
is
them.
to look hot and deliver the alcohol. And yeah, that's what it is.
I think I knew a single mom who would do that around here.
Yeah,
She
and they could do it like 2, 3 nights a week and make more than us. So,
dude, I've talked to like uh
date
um
out chick, you know what I mean?
yeah. I've talked to a stripper back home, dude, who used to go to Oregon to work just the weekends. And dude, she would tell me that she would make a ridiculous amount of money.
How
Like,
much is ridiculous amount?
I mean, like several thousand for working like 2 nights. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
Making like $1,500 a
Mm.
night. You know what I mean? Sometimes more. But then she'd like, I swear this, like, she told me like 2 separate times. She's like, yeah, I fell asleep at my friend's house and I woke up and somebody had stolen all my money. I'm like,
Dude, wouldn't you just love to like figure out and like find out that it's just like guys that are their friends getting them super drunk and then like stealing their money but pretending it was someone else and like, oh
right.
wow, that's crazy again. No.
Well,
Oh man.
it seemed like a very obvious thing, like talking to her. I was like, I feel like this is a very preventable problem that, you know, but you're also in an industry that I don't necessarily, desire to associate with because a lot of strippers steal stuff, dude.
Hey
You had
dude, it's
an experience with that, didn't you?
yeah, yeah. But it's called the
It,
gentleman's club, okay?
yeah. And it
Can you
wasn't.
can you can you respect the Midnight Ballerina? Okay,
Yeah, sorry, dude.
it's called the Gentleman's Club. Yeah, no. So the one time I went to a strip club, I
Have
was
you
a
only
part
been
of
once? Only one
this.
time?
I went to two in one night. Yeah, so that was the only time.
Okay. So I've only been to one too, and mine was.
Dude, I feel like you never told me your experience.
You really? It's really?
Oh man. Okay, I'll tell my experience and then you tell me yours.
Okay.
Um, this is confession session, dude. This is Coco confessions.
Yeah.
We're really acting like this isn't a podcast. This is a lot of private information. Anyway, so uh, it was a bachelor slash bachelorette party for coworkers when I worked at a restaurant, and these particular people were like general manager and like daughter of the owner of the restaurant, and they're high rollers. And the my girlfriend at the time got me the job at the restaurant. It was also tight with the manager. There was a lot of things we did with them because of that association. We went boating and stuff. But we went to Portland, 3 hours away from where we lived in Washington, and it was two groups. The bachelors and the bachelorette went out of the
Mhm.
town, separated, and we went to two strip clubs. The first one, uh, they do a little thing for the bachelor. They pull him up on stage and they pull his pants down. They spanked him with his own belt, and he had to fight his pants. It was like what? And they had taken stuff out of his pants when they had like. And we talked to the bouncer at the front. He's like, "Ah, I know where it is." And he went backstage and like grabbed the stuff and brought it out.
Oh,
And
jeez,
so like he
dude.
knew exactly what, they pull this stuff that. So dude, just a bunch of swindlers. And I was just, hanging out with the guys, and they're trying to sell you, right? So
Right.
they're coming up to you and they're like, trying to get to know you. And I think she could tell I was like not gonna buy anything, but
Mhm.
she was trying to get to know, and she was being very personal. She was telling me about her kid. I was like, this is not gonna help. You telling me
Ah,
about your
dude,
kid.
that's so uncomfortable.
Yeah. Then the other one we went to, it felt like a edgier place. Like it's like maybe closer to the docks or something. It was. And
Right.
there's a stage, and you get up next to the stage, and they're like, "He's the bachelor, he's the bachelor." And this chick crawled backwards to him, butt
Mhm.
first. Then she put a leg on each of his shoulders, and she was pulling him close into her butt, like one, two. And then on the third, she swung her hip, boom, boom, super hard into his face. And this chick was like athletic, right? And so it was a powerful hip smash. His nose started bleeding, dude. And as he goes back to the dance or whatever, and I was like, "This is crazy, dude. This is wild."
Oh man.
Anyways, so that was, and then we finished the night off. We met with the Bachelorette and we did karaoke, and that was my
Oh,
favorite part, dude. I love karaoke. So
karaoke's fun.
now
It
you
can
tell
be
me
fun
your
with the right.
experience. Were you with our mutual friend who's a patron of gentlemen's clubs?
I was with Ben.
Nice.
It was just me and Ben, and we were in Miami, right? And me and old Benny boy, dude. Um, we we'd gone out like the night before and went clubbing, and it was fine, right? Um, we were with two other people, but they stayed at the hotel. They're which originally we thought was like we're like, yeah, he's got to be lame. We're gonna go out because it was like a little bit later, right? But we'd
He's
done some,
being lame.
yeah, because we'd already done like I don't know, we had like a full day of activities, right? So they're like, yeah, we're going to bed. But you know how Ben is, dude. He wants to go out, and
He's an adventure man, dude.
yeah, dude. Like we're in Miami. He's like, we're not sleeping, and I'm like, I wish we would sleep, but okay. And so we find this club, and it was like kind of across the street from the night before, and the place looked nice, and it was like open 24/7, and we're like, oh heck yeah! And we told somebody about it, and they're like, isn't that a strip club? And we're like, is it? So we look it up, and online on its website, dude, said nothing about strippers. In fact, it said it had acrobats, and the picture was like legit trapeze artists, right? And like on a trapeze, I was like, dude, Ben, this might be the coolest club we ever attend. Like this place looks tight. We should definitely go. And it's a $50 cover charge, which the night before it was like $30. Keep in mind, I'm dirt poor at the time. Like I'm broke.
Dirt poor. Yeah.
$50 is a lot of money. We take an Uber there. Ben's already pretty drunk at this point. He's intoxicated a little bit. He's had a couple.
He's having a good time.
Yeah, he's having a good
Is he
time.
doing is he texting and chuckling yet or no?
Not quite that, but like he pregame because like we obviously can't afford drinks out at like nice
Oh yeah,
places.
the prices are insane.
Yeah, like I could barely because I don't drink, but I could barely afford like a Diet Coke at one of these places. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
we're that poor, and it's it's higher end. So anyway, we go inside, and dude, we have to wait in line, and we finally get inside, dude. And it's like later at night. Ben's drunk. We walk in. I'm excited. It looks cool. I start looking around. I'm all, Ben, I think this is a strip club.
And he's like, it's a gentleman's club for
Because
gentlemen.
every time we'd gone out, my rule was always like, dude, I don't go to these clubs. And I was like, I'll go clubbing with you, but I don't go to a gentleman's club, right? Because I'm not a gentleman, dude. I'm kind of
Nah,
disagreeable.
you're bad.
I'm a bad boy, dude. And
Yeah, yeah.
dude, I'll never forget, dude. Ben slaps me on the back, claps my back, and goes, "Too late now." and I mean, there was a moral dilemma because I was like, "What? I can't. What am I just gonna leave Ben here? Ben's not gonna be able to get back." And I honestly am glad I didn't leave because it was entertaining.
Dude, it's an interesting visual for those who are like, because
It
there's
was
only two reasons why people go to strip clubs, right? There's one of two. One is you're trying to see chicks, right?
right, which is don't go for chicks, dude.
You don't go for chicks because it's like they're trying to sell you. They're trying to take your money.
Yeah, you're gonna.
They don't love you.
They
You're
don't
not in
love you.
love.
You're not. Yeah. They might love you. It's possible. You
They
could
could.
change their
They could.
entire life.
You could change your life, and
They-
sometimes they hope that. But the only other reason that people go in there is to flex. Okay,
right.
and I have nothing in my personality, A, that wants to be inauthentically, you know, flirted with, right? Because I hate that. I hate
Mhm.
inauthenticity in that manner. Like, I would hate it if a girl faked, you know, a climax, let's say. Like, I don't want
Right.
fakery. I want it real, okay? Dalton, I
Uh,
want you to really, really like it when we're together. I want you to like it,
I do
okay?
like it when we're together, dude.
That's
It's good
good. That's
hanging
good.
out. We usually work
Yeah,
out
yeah,
together. We drink
we do.
pre-workout together.
We work
We
each other
eat.
out. We drink each other's pre-workout. Anyways, so and the other thing is like I have no interest in flexing. I've never,
No, I
no,
don't
it's just a
either.
waste of money. I'm too stingy. I'm not gonna flex. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I'll flex as I drive by in my truck.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Hell yeah. New
Bro,
truck.
it
Did
was
you tell the fans about kids about your truck?
I thought I mentioned it. I'm pretty sure I did.
Nice.
Yeah. No, dude, but it was funny to watch Ben in that environment. Like it was honestly like very entertaining to watch him. And
Yeah,
to the club's credit, it was like just genuinely a cool club. Like they had a legit DJ playing, like a one that had
love
like
it.
millions of views on YouTube type DJ.
Love it.
Like if I would have known his name, like people would probably be like, "Oh yeah," but I can't remember what it was.
I love to
Uh,
dance, dude. I love to shake my groove thing.
well, and you could kind of like you could like make it so that you weren't just like staring at naked ladies too. Um, but
You can also stare at dudes.
I mean, you could just like go dance in the crowd, and there was like a you know
Okay,
kind of
I have a question for you.
okay,
Okay.
all right,
Hypothetically,
yes,
you are no, no, let me start the question this way.
all right,
Would you have moral qualms with being a male stripper yourself?
yeah.
Let's say it's really good money.
How much?
You get to dance. You're not even going down to a G string or anything like that. You're just going down to boxer briefs, dude. And you're
Yeah, boxer
dancing and you're
briefs,
having
dude.
fun. Boxer briefs. That's it.
What's the setting? Are we in a club?
Yeah, it's a club. There's a stage. You're performing. You can like go down and interact with the fans if you want, but you don't have to. Okay.
And they're my fans?
But you're doing you gotta dude, they came to see you, okay? They came to see you do your routine, dude. They came to see you, you take the badge, you throw it off, and you take the handcuffs, and you throw them into the crowd, and then, you're like,
I
"Somebody's
like
under arrest." And then a siren goes off, dude. There's lights everywhere, and "Get on the ground!" You take out a real gun and you make them cry.
yeah. I mean,
Anyways.
so it's a is it
So do
just
you have
guys
moral
or is there
qualms
girls
with
there too?
so does that change your response?
I don't know, dude. I feel like if it was just a bunch of dudes, I'm just
Okay, let's say it's 75% girls, 25% dudes.
that does change things. I feel way less weird about dancing half naked in front of girls, dude.
Okay. Hell
I
yeah.
feel I
Hell
feel way
yeah.
less like a piece of meat that way. Bro, is that crazy or what? You've been recorded by gay dudes at the gym.
Yeah.
How's that make you feel?
Well,
Does it
I
change it if it
assume
was a
he was
girl?
gay. Who
He
knows?
had to have been gay, dude. Why else would he be recording you?
He just took a picture of my ass while I was in the Stairmaster, dude.
Yeah,
Maybe he
well,
was
he
just
took
like,
a picture.
that's what I
You
aspire
think
to.
you think he took a picture, dude. He took a
That's
video.
true. I actually have no idea
Cuz
if
you
it was a picture or video.
if you're doing that, you're going to take a video, right? Isn't that what they do?
I haven't been a perv, so I don't
In
know.
a while. In a
But
while, right?
in a while, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
not since high school.
Right.
But yeah, I guess you would want high resolution, high def video zooming in. Yeah. And
Yeah,
then you'd put on like a song in the background to really set the mood. Like "Boom, boom, boom, boom. I want to go boom, boom. Let's spend the night together, together in my room. Boom, boom, boom,
Bro,
boom.
that'd be
I
such
wanna
a
go boom,
funny
boom."
video. Bro, what if this guy is just like
It's just zooming in on my butt on the stairmaster, and I turn around like, "Ah." That's how it ends. Is like, "Boom, boom, boom, ah."
Yeah. Bro, that'd be awesome if you got this guy kicked out of the gym and he had like he had like a TikTok channel and that's all it was. It was just like zooming in on guys rears at the gym, dude. It'd be
Yeah,
hilarious.
I would love. I think the only thing that would be better is if there was some commentary. That you can hear him as he's recording. He's like, yeah, daddy. Just like things like that.
You're cutting out. I couldn't hear what you
Oh
said.
man. If he was, giving voiceover commentary at the same time, that'd be pretty funny.
He's looking at you on the stairmasters. I'll look at the depth of each stride. He's really getting into it. Or you could do a
He's
Steve
using like a
Irwin.
British nature documentary voice. He's like,
Yeah.
"You see how the gazelle it bounces?" Yeah,
He's in his natural habitat,
pretty
walking
funny.
walking up the endless flight of stairs. Freaking yeah, dude. Dude, good times. Strip clubs and
Good strip clubs and getting perved on at gyms, being a stripper. You
strip
know,
clubs and perverts, dude. There got to be a
I'm
ton
gonna
of perverts
convince.
in strip clubs.
There's got to be, and I'm gonna convince Daddy Dalton to come up with a dance routine for y'all for a top level of our Patreon when we make one, and you'll be able to see him dance.
Dude, I'll have one of the ribbons and just dance with that.
I
It'd
love
be
it.
great.
I love it, dude. Well, do you have anything left to say to the kids?
No, we love you a long time, and unlike the outdoor boys, we're not going anywhere.
Never. Until next time. Bye bye.